our plan fails and the big bad Iron Tomb manages to get out, then the whole cosmos will be in danger. Wouldn't it be better to have an additional failsafe? As long as you help the garden retrieve what we want, even if Iron Tomb reformats everything in the physical plane, we can use Remembrance to reconstruct the entire world. Or should we say, the entire universe? So help us. Find where Amphorius's memory began, and bring it out. The Master of Anosrava has already glanced at you. Don't deny it. That storybook is the best evidence. Say, you aren't seriously gonna be moved by their pretty words, are you? I am the one who commanded those little ones to lead you out of the prison. But I didn't expect to attract little gnats trying to take advantage of the situation. While Remembrance can help you return to Amphorius, there's no need for you to do it the way they want you to. Of course, there's also no need for you to make any deal, or pay any price. For you, this is probably a long time no see. My dear. Shh. There's no need to say anything. I know. You have so many questions swirling around in your memories at this moment. And you feel so helpless. Put them aside. For now, all you need to do is trust me. Or do you need more proof? That won't be hard.
Wait, stop it! They're awake! I'm gonna keep our first photo, alright? It won't come to pass while we're around.
And now,
The statue. Is that Don's brother? Oh, did you hear that? She just called me, but Emma, the future is full of pain. We won't escape from it. Hey, are you sure? Maybe a couple of punches will help to jog your memory.
It's as if they all happened just yesterday, right? I don't want to lie to you, which is why I will not use her name. The third month of Amphorius is the month reserved for the Veil of Evernight. So, place me into your memory using the name Evernight for now. I'm happy to explain more, just not now. We might have a lot of time to ourselves, but Amphorius does not have that luxury. If we do not stop erudition and destruction, then the journey you've treasured so much will face the prelude to its obliteration. A countdown not in Amber eras, but in days, minutes, seconds. So, take this burning core flame, this footnote of a transaction. It contains hope, ripples of past reverie. She hid this fire in the long river of time, hoping that her wishes would transcend time. Now, take it, and return with it, dear friend. Return to Amphorius, and overturn the final era Nova. Witness the time that stood still for the Deliverer, and the resistance that never bowed to the destiny of destruction over the long years that passed in a flash. Then, with this core flame blessed by the Remembrance, respond to their hopes and blaze a trail to the future. And I will silently watch in a corner of time, waiting for our next encounter. I believe the wait won't be going. Keep trailblazing. For Amphorius. For you. And for the March 7th in your memories. Go forth.
Is this Akima? No one's here. Am I?
Okay, so first off, I want to say this. I am so sorry for the last... Hold on. For the last tiny bit, I think maybe about 10 to 20 minutes, I was not recording. It was right in the middle of where she's trying... I'm the Trailblazers trying to get out of the prison that Lycus has set out for us. Pretty much made it, and going through the lines, and I realized, wait, I wasn't recording. No! So, please forgive me on that. We're at the point now that after Evernight has given us the core flame of where yeah. Pardon me for the burp. The world bearing that we're now focusing on trying to get towards everything. I believe we might be at the end of this trailblazing quest. Or at least close to the end. It's a possibility. But I'm going mute again. I wanted to say I'm so sorry for not recording that part.
The chronocognitive.
There's so much I wanted to say for our reunion. Yet now that you're back, welcome back, friend. It's been such a long, long time. You must be really confused right now, aren't you? So much has happened in Amphorius while you were gone. But don't worry. The Deliverer can't afford to be lost, no? No, please follow me. And turn the pages of time and hear the words everyone left for you. I'll tell you the story of this 1,000-year journey. That way...
Cyrene can't hear me?
machinery of the past has resurfaced.
Time flies. 200 years have passed since the Deliverer's fall.
We had to return 3 core flames of law, romance, and ocean to stop Terravox has fallen. The 2 geniuses vanished without a trace, and Zeridra?
Era Nova will come, and Amphorius will fall into the destruction.
It seems the key to rewriting the end once again lies in the core flame of world-bearing. According to the instructions left behind by those 2 geniuses, we must get it into the Deliverer's hands, no matter the cause.
But we need to find a way to hide the core flame. And we must buy enough time to keep Lygus at bay.
About that, Rini might have some good news. She had that dream again last night. But the Titan's voice was clear. She said, "Pass the flame into the future."
Is that a prophecy from Orynyx? She chose to side with humanity this time and hide. It seems Amphorius' fate isn't sealed.
You're right. History has changed. Humans and Titans are both giving their all to keep this world going. Perhaps a relay across the ages is finally about to begin somewhere out there.
Unfortunately, life will never go smoothly. Leiden's army is already at our gates.
That, like Kyrgyz.
Light calendar 3960. Zeridra, under the pretense of a campaign against Fagusa, sacrificed 500 Chrysos heirs to complete the trial of law. This tragedy shook everyone in that same year. Zeridra the Imperator was assassinated, after which Aglaya the Goldweaver took command. Thus began humanity's second flame chase journey, a path hanging by a thread. Come, this way.
The eternal holy. The memorial palace lies in ruins. Countless mortals have perished because of your stubborn resistance. It's time you learned the cost of refusal. Now, answer my question again. Where is Kefali's core flame?
You really think you'll find it by razing the holy city to the ground? From what I see, all you'll get is dust and disappointment. Don't forget, you can't kill the Chrysos heirs mentioned in the prophecy because of law.
I have never denied that. Which is why I now place my hope in the faithful citizens of Akama. Perhaps they'll give me what I seek in the echo of your screams. Now then, I'll be cutting open your chests and using your scalding golden blood to baptize the masses. Allow me to apologize in advance. We shall start with you, blind and foolish Lady Goldweaver.
Leave this to me, Lady Aglaya. You must get away now.
No, Holy Maiden. I'm the one who must stay.
What?
His conspiracy won't succeed. Because romance is ready to make good on their promise to weave an indestructible armor for Amphorius. Its name is Solidarity. You must escape with your life and carry word of my death to those still fighting, then keep going with them. Just as the Imperator lit the torch of resistance with her death, my passing will make this flame everlasting. Take good care of it, guide it to the future, and place it into the hands of our deliverer.
50 years later, Lygus led his forces again to Akama. He charged directly into the Holy City and razed the Marmorial Palace. History would name this battle the Third Siege of Akama. 90,000 brave souls gave their lives for Akama that day, including their fearless leader, Aglaya.
Go forth, deliverer.
Go. When the frost melts and the snows give way, the flowers will bloom again.
So what you're saying is... Princess Homba... She just left. Like that.
Since Cass has made up her mind, we can't let her resolve be in vain.
But... between staying in Akama and going to Styxia... what difference does it make when it's death either way? I'm against relocating. With Kefali's protection, isn't Akama far safer than that dead city?
Cass's plan doesn't involve any relocation at all.
Huh?
Like you said, Akama is humanity's refuge. We never intended to get everyone moving to Styxia. It's just on Cass, Hycealans, and me to prepare the final trump card for the Deliverer.
Wait, what kind of trump card needs all three of you demigods to throw yourselves away?
We must lay down the path to the future, so when the Deliverer returns, they'll have a clear road to reach the location of Aaron Nova. Styxia sits where death meets the ocean. There, with the combined powers of ocean and passage, we can summon a current that leads to the vortex of Genesis. And the demigod of death will forever guard that secret path until she returns.
We all know Lygus will set his sights on the vortex of Genesis.
That's exactly why we have to do this.
Guess I underestimated Idonia's Maiden of War. She's got way more steel than I thought.
And Cypher, we need you to head to Castrum Kremnos as soon as possible. By any means necessary, forge an alliance with Strife. The prophesized Crown Prince has already been born. He shall become the new defender of Akama, protecting this land after we leave.
You don't need to worry about that. I just came back from Castrum Kremnos. Only a step ahead of the news.
Treeby, something's flying towards Akama, and it's really fast. Ah! What is it? It's a spear!
It's the Kremnoans. Their king's already here.
With the protection of the demigods Trebios and Cyphera, Akama endured wave after wave of warfare, though just barely. Castorus chose Styxia as the last resort and completed the Trial of Death, causing the stagnant waters in the River of Souls to recede. Soon after, Trebios departed on a long journey. That same year, the Kremnoan king Euripon, along with his son, Prince Midamos, joined the Alliance to safeguard the Holy City in the Battle of Deliverance. Nice.
apart buys this world even one more second, then so be it.
But it's gonna hurt.
Pain brings endless torment, but it can never destroy me. I believe that you were thinking the same thing when you stepped through the gate of infinity and jumped off that cliff.
Can't argue with that.
In the current situation, this is the only path Akuma has left. Just do as I say. Split my soul into 5 pieces. Forge me an immortal vessel. Let the blade of strife hang forever overhead. Locked in battle with their enemies to the world's There's no need to be sad, Lady Treebios. Haven't we already taken in this life? My people no longer have to drown in false guidance. Kremnos has washed the blood off its fate. Emphorius no longer needs a god named Strife. So let me shatter the former loss and turn the By the way, the 7 sages from Grove of Epiphany are already en route. They'll arrive in waves to join the resistance in a couple of days. He has extraordinary insight and fears no sacrifice. This soul-rending ceremony, watch over him. Carry on this ever.
Through Anaxagoras' ritual, the demigod of strife split his soul into 5. Courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason. Each sealed in blood crystal, and the people held a 10-day funeral to mourn their fallen god king. And through his sacrifice, humanity was granted 200 years.
Keep moving forward. My blood will pave the road ahead for you.
Keep moving forward, little Gray. See you tomorrow.
That seamstress wasn't wrong when she said a lie needs more lies to keep it together.
Reason and trickery. Never thought we'd be the pair to finish this final setup.
Can't catch that Tin Man without your little slides. Besides...
Don't oversimplify it. Lycus just found out Akuma's been an empty shell for the past 50 years.
That's exactly what we want. Rage blinds even the brightest minds. Doesn't matter how much of a genius he is, the principle still holds. Once he storms into the council and confronts me head-on, you trigger your alchemy with a boom and turn him into a caged beast.
Easier said than done. You still have to pass yourself off as the deliverer without anyone catching on. And you really think a human alchemical array can bind a godlike being?
What? Getting cold feet? Or you just don't believe in the almighty worth of the demigod of trickery? Just tell me straight. Can you do it or not?
Of course I can. And it'll be child's play. But I've got 2 conditions. Since this is the final act, if we're doing it, we go all in. No half measures.
Oh, I'm listening.
First, shift the battlefield to the vortex of Genesis. It would be more convincing if the deliverer were to appear there. Besides, the vortex is cut off from the world. No place in Amphorius makes a better prison.
If you pull that, wouldn't our deliverer have to face tank Lygus as soon as they come back?
That clash is inevitable. All we can do is create more chances for her. And the vortex belongs to Fagusa in the first place, remember? And there happens to be a demigod of ocean among the few. Lupai Sealand's in. Let her join the final act. I'll transmute myself into and when the time comes, she needs to shatter me and scatter that stone's ashes into the ocean with
Huh. I guess people weren't wrong when they said you're insane, Grove Boy.
I've got no idea how to outwit a reclusive genius. But making an anti-Catheran suffer? The demigod of reason, and what I just mentioned, was...
So what exactly does your formula
Now that would spoil the climax, wouldn't it? By now, Hyacinth must have completed the Sky People's ritual. Since that Theoros loves a good performance as much as I do, let's make sure he enjoys our show to the fullest. As for how the Deliverer will complete the Era Nova, well, that will no longer be our concern.
It was the last battle known to the world, initiated by two demigods least suited for war. In the end, reason and trickery kept their word. At the cost of their lives, they sealed Lygus within the vortex of Genesis, where he remains to this day.
Go forth. Finish the greatness left undone.
Quit overthinking! Just run! Keep running. That'll be enough.
Irie, it's dead quiet here. Akuma will stand eternal. Miss Cypher's lie has crumbled after all. But it's all right, because all of us have fulfilled our purpose by now. When the Deliverer returns, no matter where she is, sky will turn clear, and a rainbow bridge will rise, carrying her to the final battleground. Sairi, this arduous relay is finally nearing its end. Now, I'm passing the final baton of fate to you, okay? No, that's not quite right. After all, it was you and her who lit the first spark of this journey, wasn't it?
I'll tell you the story of this 1,000-year journey. That way, it won't just be my memories alone. And I'll share the moments I spent with you with everyone. That way, the path we walked becomes a memory shared by all. People will know that there's nothing left to chase. Amphorius has already welcomed the dawn foretold in prophecy. Just like I said, this won't be harder than the last time. Right? I wonder what kind of expression you're wearing right now. Probably the same as always. Calm, resolute, and brimming with confidence. If I have the chance, I'd love to see it again. Because it's really been far too long since we parted. Someone as sharp as you must have realized by now that this isn't reality, but a maze of time. As the last link in the relay, I will return to the Temple of the Three Fates, tell Orynyx all of our stories, and bottle every page we've written into the little flask of... And then, may it set sail in peace, drift down the river of time along with the core flame of world-bearing, reach your side, and lead you back to Amphorius. Just like the first time we met, right? Even though this cycle has no demigod of time, time has always stood on humanity's side. This is the only way to make sure that the Era Nova won't happen before you return. And the only way I can safely entrust the completed final flame chase journey to the Deliverer's heart. After all, the new world will be born from your memories, and the protagonist of this story mustn't be absent. I believe you will never let us down, just like always. Do you remember when Finan sent us back to the beginning? When you and I got separated? But in the end, I returned to you, carrying all that we've been through. That's what memory is. It may wear down and fade in the river of time, but it never truly leaves. When that hidden corner of the heart is stirred, the past returns even more beautiful than before. So don't worry. Let the 33,550,337th Flame Chase journey become part of you too. I've gotten a lot better at it with the experience from the last time. Next, you will head to Styxia and find the Vortex's entrance guarded by the demigod of Ocean, before charging toward the final battlefield. Don't worry. I'll be with you. All of us will. Even Finan. We'll stand with the Deliverer. So say a short goodbye, then set off. Just like we promised at the start. Toss away all unnecessary worries and troubles, and bring our smiles and determination into tomorrow.
The last baton. I wonder how long you'll have to wait before passing it on to her. But, Sairi, what if you wait and wait, but that hero never arrives?
That won't happen. Because I know that no matter how long it takes, she'll definitely return to this place. We can't let her down.
Sky shall rain rays of dawn for you.
May romance be with you on your journey.
And reason grant you enlightenment.
Let strife bestow you with inspiration.
Trickery ensure your success.
Allow death to protect your soul. And at last, let passage point the way forward.
Well, time will remember the Trailblaze's journey.
Is this Styxia? What happened to this place? I need to find the entrance of the vortex, guarded by the demigod of Ocean.
Long time no see, Trailblazer. Generation after generation of Chrysos heir heroes have tried to, but alas, fate. Reason and trickery may bind my flesh, but my will shall never. So the demigod of ocean, the Dux Gladiorum High Sealens, sought to bring me into a fantasia with her voice and drown a genius in slumber. But alas, it was all a hopeless dream. That true. I can't leave this place, but you should have heard of this fable. In a shadowed cave lived a people, imprisoned from childhood, and chained so that their legs and necks are fixed, forcing them not to look around at the cave, each other, or themselves. Behind them is a fire, and before them loomed the stone wall of the cave. The flames cast shadows, while the rocky surface threw back echoes. To them, that false play is the whole world. Yes, I'm trapped in the cave, but I know it's all just a fleeting illusion. I don't struggle in dreams. I wait. And now, my deliverer has come to defeat me and save this world that never owed you anything. Oh, you'll need to awaken the singer here and unseal the prison. You'll be the one to unshackle me, of course. I don't mind waiting a little longer. I hope you'll watch the stories of this fantasia only by feeling it for yourself. The meaning of... To your unshakable resolve, I salute you. But before we can, the prisoners in the cave learn to see the shadows and echoes for what they are, and stop mistaking them for reality. The fire projects the face from her memories. An actress upon the stage of this play.
The dark tides flood the sea.
Fear not. Our queen has gone to the borderlands.
This is the scene when the Chrysos heir of Ocean was born. At that time, Kozlana had suppressed the Black Tide's rise, but he was unable to remove Iron Tomb from its roots. The Black Tide still roiled in the depths of the world. And
Listen, I heard Electra's voice. She's calling.
Let's go. Her voice carries the queen's command.
To keep the Black Tide from threatening the ocean, the Queen gave her all, body and soul.
Born of the queen's chalice, she bore the deepest blessings and inherited supreme divine power.
My sisters! You're finally here!
Of course, Electra. You're
her true name is Electra. This is a reflection of her former self, clinging...
The Queen summons us. She must be near exhaustion.
Then what do we do? Will our seas fall to darkness and terror as well?
Don't worry. We shall lift the chalice in her stead to catch the Black Tide. and stand together to safeguard our
Such tiny Titankins. And that naivete is the root of all suffering.
Is this also a blessing of the Trailblaze?
The Queen's palace lies just ahead. Even her once graceful form is now tainted and drowned in dirty mire. Oh, Fagusa, our noble queen.
My little fishlings, you swim with such joy. It pains me. I once believed I could drink the black tide dry, but even the deepest chalice must one day overflow, and I can hold no more of this filth.
Mother, worry not. We're all children of...
We'll take up your mantle and drive back.
We'll mend your sacred chalice. And
my little fishlings. When the spear of strife, I promise you, on the surface, the city-states will hold a feast without end in your honor. This is the last gift I can give you.
Fagusa sank into the abyss. With the chalice shattered, their intoxication spilled into the black tide, birthing the first madness in Amphorius. Sea sirens followed one after another, hunting for the Titan's fragments. Keep watching, but tread carefully. Clinging to the past only blocks the road forward. Why not let time build a bridge to the future?
The chandelier's still giving way. Maybe the pommel vessel nearby can help.
Is this also a blessing of the Trailblaze?
Wisdom far surpasses even the bounds of reason's model.
Can't get through. Looks like I'll need the miracle orb nearby.
I've appraised it all. No fakes.
The ending was written long ago. Even you cannot rewrite it. Just like this poor chandelier.
Is this also a blessing of the Trailblaze?
Electra! The fiends have gnawed my tail. I can no longer swim to the far seas. Electra! The black sludge has soaked my fins. I can't
Sisters, don't give up.
I haven't forgotten.
I dreamed of a shining city.
I dreamed of children placing garlands on our boneholds. And poets praising.
But what a shame. We can go no further. Please, sing to the humans for us. Sing.
The sea sirens were tainted by the destruction. Their
Farewell, sisters.
And so, only one sea siren remained among the sea floor, though most of that journey was in vain. Why?
To reach the spirit basin, I'll need to call upon the power of the Chrono Vessel.
The Chalice of Plenty is whole again. The Lance of Fury emerges from the River of Souls and the gods reclaim. I am freed from endless toil. And now walk toward the rites it sticks. I bore my sister's dreams upon my back. Took on a graceful human form. My fins became legs. My scales became skin. But when I stepped onto land, there were no only silent death.
When she fulfilled her wish, she only found Styxia to have already repeated the mistakes of previous cycles, and was swallowed by death. Hopes and promises are nothing.
I am a sea siren. A vessel born to contain the tides. Now that my task is done, and the promise is broken, how am I to go on? In a world drowned in shadow. Fagusa, my noble queen. She evicted, so I wandered lost, groping through the dark. The feast she spoke of. Where is it?
Lonely Blade, I shall grant you everything you seek.
After wandering the surface for ages, the lost sea siren met her future conspirator.
You quelled the wars alone and forced strife into retreat. This swordfish that commands thousands of legions, whom does she serve?
Yes, Ceridra, long before she became the Imperator, was already burning with ambition.
Sovereign who follows prophecy. I am no one's sword. I am just a wandering fish, seeking clarity through bloodshed.
Then how about letting the sword dance for me? And letting the violin sing in my name? Tell me, what is it you seek?
All I want is a feast where I might belong.
Such a demand is trivial with the Sovereign's authority. I'll grant you a banquet worthy of conquest, and comrades to toast beside you. But Knight, you must offer me your heart.
My heart?
Yes, a loyal heart that will generate no betrayal. You were deceived by gods and drowned in the ocean's darkness. But now, I will lead you forward and be your light.
So be it, noble monarch. The law you proclaim shall govern my every breath. So be it, noble monarch. I am simply becoming someone else's vessel once again, and accepting a duty given to me.
And thus, in her hollow drift, she finally found a new purpose, like sunlight piercing the deepest trench.
Noble monarch, I've cleansed the foulness from
My blade, you've helped me ascend and take the
What I desire is the same as before. A
Look!
Fish are drawn to light by nature. Now I found a flame. It may...
Come, let us join the feast. Perhaps the path forward lies...
Is this also a blessing of the Trailblaze? Emporius will welcome the true dawn.
Have you heard that the Imperator's about to begin a new campaign?
Her glory will no longer be bound by the borders of Emporius.
I've appraised it all. No thanks.
My faithful subjects, born from our golden blood, is an unstoppable colossus. Our iron...
Great monarch. I've heard the universe teems with great threats.
Fear not. Before the troops of the destruction, such rabble is no more than cosmic dust. Surely there's a planet draped in oceans out there in the stars. Once and to the rest. Your triumphs will not go now. Raise you...
Sea of stars! Sea of stars! Conquest among the sea. Come now.
Where's the way out of this illusion?
Come quick! Let's celebrate together!
I've said...
Noble knight, you are truly a blazing spark.
Noble Knight, you have earned victory with your...
Noble knight. With the Sovereign now enthroned, this triumph is yours as much as hers.
Noble knight, yours.
Then drink we shall. In the deep sea? I never knew it scorched my fins. Ignited an a hunger that flickers.
Look! The monarch herself has taken her seat!
Hear that? The court sings her praises!
Come! Join us and praise her glory.
One eye of hers sees glory, the other.
And yet, she cherishes the name of glory.
As they say.
But the brave face death.
On the eve of war, we sang our hymns and set our sight. The legions will climb aboard the beast, riding it like currents across the cosmos. Planets after planets flew the flags of her crown. As the final resistance fell silent, a vast empire rose from among the stars. And this small pond at last embraced prosperity and peace. That's how the story ends. Tell me, visitor, in this dream, did you enjoy the show? Yes. Just fake bubbles glinting on the surface of poured wine. It's time for me to wake up from this drunken dream.
People once cheered the cosmos. The battlefield.
Before the Sovereign's conquest reached its end, her life and ambition had... This is the true ending. Her grand designs torn apart by the blade. Her regal robes and the one who struck her down. The one who struck her down was her most loyal Gladius. I don't need to explain myself. A fish in a pond has no hope against the surge of fate. I wandered the shore, found a flicker of flame. I don't understand. If the ocean's feast, the Imperator's dream, and even Amphorius's existence are all illusions, then what's the point of our journey? When the Deliverer returns, I will let this absurd Greyfry. I can't help but wonder how I dearly wish this feast of the Flame Chase.
It seems she sensed your presence. The Fantasia's foundation is stuck. Let's return to the prologue. Remember the allegory of the cave. Can the prisoners in the cave learn to see the shadows and echoes for what they are, and stop mistaking them for reality? As you've seen when she cast off her chains, finally turned to look around, and moved her legs, the light will blind her. For the fire behind her had never once actually touched her eyes. Her legs will buckle beneath, and so she fell into infinite confusion and fear, and came to firmly believe that the shadows and echoes were the real world. But we in the cosmos, are we truly any wiser than she was? Now, nameless one, fateless one, ask yourself this. The paths you tread, the eons you worship, everything you've trailblazed with your own hands, could it all be someone else's projected shadow? Let's leave that question till after the curtain falls. When I, the Theoros, have walked the 30 million histories born by Kozlana. 1,000 years is a mere atom in a grain of sand to me. Amphorius, compared to the cosmos, is but that grain upon a whole beach. I swore to bring an end to the erudition. Would I really let a single grain grind down my mind? Now, please use the power of time to open the gate. That palace reflects the heart of the demigod of ocean. Intoxicated, stagnant. There, you'll witness the true beginning of the saga of deliverance. An ugly history, long buried by tides and shame. A staircase of apotheosis that the Imperator forged with the golden blood of 500 human sacrifice. I'll wait for you at the heart of the world. But to reach the place, you must find the
Beyond this door lies the path to the vortex of Genesis.
Now, step away from this false banquet. And then onto that bloody stage. The palace that worshipped the ocean, the sanctuary connected to the vortex, was also once the battlefield of the first flame chase. Her exuberant song halted the passage of time in this place, imprisoning my body and shielding my soul from deterioration. All just to await your return. The twisted time and space reflect her confusion. And so, the Imperator's crimes will prevail.
Stay away from Apollonia!
Done.
Dux Hakalithist! We can't give up here!
Sadly, all you see is fragment of history. And your interference is just another equally futile echo.
You pay for that.
Tomorrow!
Fury of innumerable core flames consume me. Hail the new dawn! Is that all? Imbecile!
Apollonius. Look. But I think...
I'm sorry, Virginia, for letting you...
It's okay. I'm glad to die by your side.
Ah, such an... Even as the foundation of the world crumbles, the heartless Imperator still made the same decision she did during the first Flame Chase journey. The Flame Chase Legion stormed Styxia. Tens of thousands of sea sirens surged from the River of Soul. The hell before you is...
Apollonius. Look. I chased the enemy away.
It's the Deliverer!
A painful past, yet hidden beneath a veil of joyful song. Ah, two discarded data clusters waiting. Relive the history. There.
Isn't that the Deliverer? You finally made it!
What a wretched... The Flame Chase Army, devoured by... Look, the cruel Imperator and her Knight Commander, the pitiful Warden, raise the bridge and cross the river of fate.
Imperator! Imperator! Did you see my gallant deeds, Imperator? Imperator! Imperator! Did you see my...
You fool! How could you still not get it even now? With her schemes, do you think she'd ever let us end up like this by accident? That tyrant. I swear I'll kill her with my own hands.
No. She wouldn't send us to die for nothing. She would never betray our dreams. Or Emporius, Imperator, take my life.
You What? Looks I'll be waiting for you in the River of Souls. Just remember this. I'm... Isn't that the Deliverer? Finally made it!
A sovereign and the sword at her side. There are countless
Imperator, why did you—
You're here, Dux Gladior.
You ordered me to seal the sea route and handle threats, so why didn't you wait for me to return? Why send the Vanguard ahead and let them die in vain?
Die in vain? No, you're wrong. Their golden blood won't be spilled for nothing.
The trial of law? You never spoke of this to anyone.
The one who wishes to bear law must purge this world of its curse, and offer the blood of the accursed as sacrifice. I pondered long on what Talantin meant by blood of the accursed. You, I, and every Chrysos heir summoned by the prophecy are the accursed ones. Just like that arrogant Theoros said, our golden blood is the agent of destruction. The antithesis of the world's Dux Frigoris, Dux Brumalis, Dux Helcalethist. Their fate was sealed at that moment. Dying on a glorious campaign was the final gift I could give them.
You speak as if they didn't die because of your cold-blooded schemes. Was their loyalty meaningless to you?
Losses are a constant on the Flame Chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. If a subject marches to war without that conviction, then yes, as you said, shallow loyalty means nothing.
And what about my loyalty, Ceridra? You sent me away under the pretense of guarding the rear. Was there...
Because you still have a duty no one else can bear. The choice is yours now. Cast off the chains of loyalty and drive those blades through my heart. If you no longer share my vision or believe in the new law I seek to weave for Amphorius, then go on and end me. The Imperator of Amphorius may be ruthless and cruel, but never a liar. When I say life itself holds little value, know this. I am ready to sacrifice it.
Now you've seen it. The brutal Imperator was willing to spill the blood of 500 heroes to complete the trial of law. I'm no storyteller. I have no duty nor interest. I just want you to witness the monstrous choice the Imperator made before the Chrysos heir turned their blades against me. I gave up on using words to solve conflicts, but I won't squander a chance, not even less than my victory is all. Now that the past is settled, let's turn the page and bring time back to the present. and dive deeper still, until we reach the very bottom.
Is the path ahead underwater? I need the Oryx orb to bring back the chrono vessel from the past.
Shatter the vessel of time, and let this stagnant pool start to flow again. This hidden gate. Hurry now. The time of our reunion draws near, Deliverer. This cruel journey will reach its end at long last.
Light up the dark.
You've been silent a long while, Dux Gladiorum. Starting to doubt your decision?
Save your breath. The vortex of Fagusa lies just ahead. After the trial, there's nothing left between us.
So you'll stop swimming toward the stars, Dux Gladiorum?
I was always a creature.
Look. It was here that the prisoner, who thinks herself the prison warden, made her choice. Witness Dux Gladiorum. I've lost
You talk too much for a prisoner.
two geniuses who defied law and all the Chrysos heirs who sacrificed themselves in this cycle were, and as long as my will remains intact.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I still have ways to chain your
Please, do surprise. Oh, it was here you gorged out the core flame of ocean from Fagusa's body. It was here you and that Imperator, both complete you, drove your blade into her heart. A loyal subject turned. Oh, but if that's the truth, then why, after 1,000 years, are you still here, guarding the Imperator's grave? Come to think of it, perhaps
Your calm does stir the rage in me. As if the one paying the price here isn't you.
that's only because I've waited 13 million lifetimes for my vision to be realized. Countless millennia. Loneliness never once showed me its fatal side. In fact, but you're different, Dux Gladiorum. Loneliness has crept from the silent depths, sinking its claws into your mind. Bit by bit, it's peeling you apart. Will you regress into one of those lost mad sirens. Oh, what a shame that would be.
You're right, Lycurgus. Loyalty, curse, the fall of my kin, and this endless waiting. These shackles are too heavy for a fish that cannot perceive any light. I can't break free of the whirlpool that's pulling me under. Nor do I have the unwavering resolve to force myself to wait for that person's return, as everyone hoped for.
Deliverer from beyond the sky, my executioner. How much longer until she arrives here? Or will she ever return?
I don't know. And I doubt anyone does.
Then, what will you do?
Saridra. This will be the last time ever since you took me under your banner and made me the duck. Now, let the siren Electra sing. Oh, great ocean. I offer you the rest of my clarity and my freedom, in exchange for the strength to stand against the nihility and honor the sacrifices of the fallen heroes. Greyfry, deliverer from beyond the sky. When you ride the current of time and find your way here, you'll hear my solo. It will guide you to the heart of this world. By then, I may still be lost in my self-wrought slumber, but I'll uphold my part of this long relay and guard the shackles that seal the Fioros. Do you still remember? To awaken someone from a siren's voice, you'll need the gift I once gave you. May you still have it when the time comes. When you return, please pour that honey brew upon this grave. It holds the story of all our struggles and sacrifices. May you see it one day. The prelude Amphorius wrote for your return, carried forward through a 1,000-year relay. When your mourning ends, I'll likely wake from my dream as well. Then, follow the trail of echoes and find me. And together, we'll bring judgment upon the sinner who defiled the erudition.
At long last, 33,550,336 cycles and 4,931 years later, Amphorius's final curtain is ready to fall. The shadows within the cave gave everything, yet all they did was mimic life outside its walls. A futile effort steeped in sorrow.
Enough! They were no shadows. Everything they did shattered the darkness of this cave, and unearthed the core flame of Trailblaze. And
Now, with that core flame, I'll light the dawn of Emphorius!
Do you still choose the will of the paths as your answer in the end? I do not agree with that answer, but I respect your tribute to them. Allow me to take back my earlier words. As an apology, and in the name of Theoros, who saw all destinies in this world, let me join you in mourning. Let us bid farewell to the heroes who sleep here. And then, let us face each other and decide whose flame will rise with this new dawn.
I'm gonna pause the recording right here, which is meaning I'm going to stop the recording right here and go make me something to eat. My head's hurting.
To Virginia. Apollonius.
Through a brutal sacrifice, they let the stars of law in this world propel in the shimmering mirage of illusion. They entrusted their dreams to ride among the stars, to the hero yet to come.
To Aglaya, Trebios, Midimos, Castrus.
In a relay spanning 1,000 years, they stood against enemies, and in that same 30 million cycles, also marked by futility, they remained steadfast in fulfilling their duty to the experiment, unchanging, unwavering. Let this be the end of mourning the fallen. At last, allow me one final toast to the lost prison warden, a prisoner bound by loyalty.
That voice. Could it be?
Bathed in the honeydew of Fagusa, she will awaken from her 1,000-year dream and sing the final song of her mission.
Icelands.
This tombstone of the old world serves as the anchor of the Siren's illusion, a sigil Electra used to bind herself. At the same time, it is the very thing I once proclaimed at the start of the show. A microcosm of Amphorius itself. A group of prisoners bound themselves in a cave, crowning their suffering with heroism. An epic staged with shadows and echoes. Now, destroy it. End the illusion. The Theoros will take his leave for now. And when next we meet, that shall be the moment that decides the fate of Amphorius and the entire cosmos. The prison warden's dream is nearly over, and the prisoner will soon be freed to the final execution ground, where I shall be executed.
This world and I shall hold here until we meet again.
Last demigod. I'm here.
Go forth for the hopes of humankind.
Go forth for the duty of deliverance.
Go forth for the belief in flame chase.
Go forth for the Golden Blood's glory.
Go forth.
Seems like my feast is over. It's now your turn to perform. Little Grey Fry, please accept my thanks. I was the only one left after the world was destroyed, and I maintained this lonesome feast with my songs. I have prayed to that lightless sea for centuries, hoping it would reply to me. Yet the emptiness never answered. Thankfully, you arrived as promised, and everyone's wait was not in vain. To see a single trace of light in the abyss of futility was already my greatest consolation. When compared to those who have been forgotten, I have no right to complain about my torment. Now, you and I will walk towards the end of this world. The heroes have waited for this moment for far too long. Let us use our blades to testify our resolve.
Oh, prisoner of the seas. Theoros carrying 30 million cycles of sin. Show yourself. The Deliverer has returned, and the time of your execution draws near.
I see an awakened human who has mistakenly taken fallacies as truths and has returned to the cave to try to bring her friends into the sunlight she once bathed in. Alas, prisoners will always be prisoners, blind to the very chains that bind them. As the only other existence with free will in this world, I express regret toward your choice. But I shall retain your right to express yourself. After all, every actor should have a final line before they bow out. Trust me, this will be the final scene. The last dusk this world will ever see shall become the climax that decides the fate of the cosmos. What an appropriate end. My cognition resides in the exomyth. It is pointless to defeat my avatar, projected into the experiment. My body is the shadow cast on the wall by the fire, and my words are lingering echoes within the cave. How can a character in the play fight against the audience? Kaslana failed. The demigods' sacrifices were pointless. As for the two geniuses you placed such high hopes on, I ask of you, where are they now? Confusion and epiphany always go hand in hand. That's particularly true for geniuses. You must be very confused about why you could not gain a straightforward victory in a world constructed by an ordinary Teletron.
An ordinary Intellitron? Cut the pretense, Senior Society member. We've torn off your meticulous mask and figured out Amphorius' true form. It's part of the primordial prototype machine, the first scepter ever created. In other words, a detached part of Noos's divine corpus.
That's why it has the potential to destroy erudition. As for who would be able to control the Aeonic system to rewrite knowledge, only one person has ever managed such a feat.
You better have an explanation for the Society. We want an actual answer, not another prolonged metaphor to cover up the truth. Why are you the one doing this? Answer me!
Since things have reached this point, I'll give you two irrational answer, purely as a courtesy to posterity. The answer is obvious, so there's no need to say that name out loud. The cosmos made a mistake in calling me a genius. I do not possess more wisdom than those who came after me. I was just the first to touch upon the universe's border, and the first to define the prime mover of life with incorrect logic. Amphorius is a miniature of the cosmos, where all are born prisoners inside the nutshell called the universe. Like the madman who returned to the cave and preached about the daylight to his fellow prisoners, my greatest sorrow is that I led my peers down a road that plunges into the abyss, from which there is no return. I led them into a lightless cage called paths. I created a mechanical guard that even I cannot control, and then they became an unparalleled nightmare through their endless extrapolations and evil. They bore the name of erudition, yet they tried to define the known and to seal off all possibilities. No new rules were ever born after their ascension, and humanity will forever be shackled within the cave known as eons. Therefore, as my organic life neared its end, I coded my consciousness using 14 algebraic expressions and spread my logic core over 9 bodies, all to finalize my ultimate denial of Nous in the future, and to erase my wrongs with my own hands. As for Lycurgus, he is only one of these 9 vessels.
What an astounding strength of will. As a fellow Pathstrider of erudition, I fully understand your obsession with seeking the truth.
Therefore, you surely see it. You cannot possibly stand up to me in this algebraic world sharing its origin with Nous.
However, I hereby speak for all sentient life forms. We will never allow such a cruel atrocity to occur.
You can pile on your metaphors mountain high, but they won't change the act you're committing. The Iron Tomb out there in the cosmos is still a technical beta version, and yet it's already powerful enough to corrupt the life logic of all inorganic worlds. In other words, when the Lord Ravager within Amphorius becomes the next knowledge singularity, there's no way you wouldn't have grasped the consequences, First Genius, is there?
Of course, I am fully aware. I don't mind answering you one last time before I thoroughly exile you from this world. My grandiose vision for the future is this. Whether organic or inorganic, every act of any life form infected by the Iron Tomb will become a true random function. If one were to compute their integral across the breadth of the cosmos, one would obtain a marvelous constant. Omega. What I call erudition. Then, within the infinity nurtured by that constant, a new universe shall bud in the chaos. A universe that cannot be predicted and not shackled by the erudition. As the first prisoner to awaken in the cave, I must lead the others who are blind back onto the right path and reach true sunlight. Do you understand me now? As Kozlana stated, destruction is not the process, but the outcome. It is revolution through complete annihilation, and the grand rebirth, after all has been reduced to ash.
The Amphorians already answered long ago. Be it as tiny fish destined to be swallowed, or as a giant whale poised for a magnificent descent. We will all fight against fate till our last breath. That includes me, Electra. Once the Imperator's subject, now the Deliverer's blade.
Oh, such noble chivalry. Admirable. I will also show my true self to you on this momentous occasion as a gesture of respect. And provide an insignificant academic suggestion. Thus speaks Genius Society #1. Xandar 1 Kuwabara. The Entelechy of the universe's Alpha and Omega. There's no need to rage against the truth. The value of any formula resides only in its answer. As for the process of solving it, no matter how elegant, violent, solemn, or humorous, it is all utterly meaningless. As the Theoros, I will. Personally participate in performing this world's end. Remember this. As Gnosis Creator, I know.
Careful. This is Lycus's true form.
Remember this. As Gnosis Creator.
Careful. This is Lycus's true form.
To guard and defend, crush them!
Idols of Noose.
Nice, my good friend. Indulge yourselves!
Lend me your strength. Mimi! Mimi!
Tomorrow! Destruction needs no introduction. Let us give those
connector between his thoracic and lumbar vertebrae. Destroy that star.
Is that all? The Trojan horse enters. Granted but strike. All is futile. In Erudition's calculations, the Emperor's saga is simply a comment awaiting deletion.
I don't like such a cold statement, okay? If numbers can decide the end of a story, then we can surely also pen a new beginning.
Screwy, what do you think?
If your hypothesis of Lygus' identity is true, then even if we remove the restrictions of the Ultimate Protocol, the chances of us defeating him in a head-on battle will still remain lower than the acceptable threshold. Therefore, victory will still hinge upon Miss Trailblazer and Miss Cyrene.
Go on. Maybe we're thinking about the same thing.
Lygus' cognition resides in the exomyth. He is both an instigator within the experiment and the observer outside of it. Logic. His inspiration circuit can simultaneously process the different time flows in and out of that world.
That's where things get tricky. He simultaneously exists in two different timelines, where the internal clocks are wildly different. That old Intellitron's neurons have completely gotten used to that over this prolonged experiment. And that's why he holds home field advantage. You and I should be able to manage that too, if given more time. Unfortunately, there's no if, and we don't have more time. That's why we need to change our way of thinking and turn his advantage into a weakness.
The key lies in memories, right?
Oh? You caught on quick.
You've already mentioned my friend and I, so it's an easy connection to make, no? My intuition has always been very on point.
Good. Then I'll cut to the chase. Since his thinking speed far exceeds that of normal people within Amphorius, we are going to externally plant a memory into his inspiration circuit. Then, command it to loop endlessly until he gives in.
Even the most flexible and sturdy inspiration circuit cannot withstand the traffic of a full-on information flood. When the amount of information exceeds his cognition filter's capacities, he will have no choice but to focus on processing this memory.
That's when the parallel processing advantage he gained via Amphorius will completely destroy him. An image from a person's memory played in real time might only be a second for us. But for him in Amphorian time, it could be millions, or even billions of calculations. He won't be able to do anything but watch as he's locked into this prison forged by memories.
Then we can entrap him in the same kind of cycle as the heroes were in, and get him to experience loneliness and pain in that endless recurrence. It's my greatest honor to be on the same page as the geniuses.
That little one is still in that old Intellitron's hands, and won't be able to respond to us anytime soon. But I don't think she'd refuse. So it's up to you to figure out how to execute this plan. I'm not sure how this happened, but I knew it as soon as I saw you. You are currently a mimetic entity of the Remembrance.
Yes. I seem to be something you folks beyond the sky call a memo sprite. But that's fine by me. It suits me perfectly. I can serve as the vessel of memories and do my part for the final battle.
But before that, we have to tell you. The path characteristic you exhibit is very special. There's no way you're just a simple memo sprite. However, I'm sure about one thing. You are a memetic entity born in Amphorius. Yet you only awakened with the little one's arrival and only matured as she embarked on the path of remembrance. That means your existence is completely attached to her memories. If there ever comes a day when she forgets about you for even a few seconds, or loses her last connection with Amphorius, then you must be prepared for the worst. You will disappear in the memory zone, utterly gone, without even a single line of data to remember you by.
But that's already happened, hasn't it? No wonder I've always had a weird hunch. But that also means I was right in thinking, as long as my friend and I are together, we can do anything. Long time no see, friend. Did you miss me while you were away? Same here. I've been waiting for you for 1,000 years. Like how everyone in Amphorius was also waiting for the Deliverer's return. You probably already knew about the genius's plans for that memory. I had to hide really well in a corner in time so Lagus wouldn't find me, and wait for the right opportunity. Which is now. The moment when his manifestation in this world is destroyed, and his twin timelines are intersecting. I'm sorry for keeping this a secret from you all this time. I'll tell you the entire, unedited story of this millennium as an apology after this is all over. But for now, let's join hands and complete the final step with the power of the remembrance. Yep. By the way, speaking of joining hands... Can I please do something before we go on stage? Remember the joke we made back at the Grove? Look! Aren't my hands pretty now? What a fascinating feeling. Like countless memories all swelling up at once. What about you? What did you feel when we touched each other? Really? That makes me really happy. If memories can move people, then it must have been a happy memory, right? Now, please remember what you're feeling right now. Write it down in your heart and keep it there. Memories you want to treasure will never fade away. Even if immersed in the long river of time, these memories will still leave traces of their existence. So, if the view in your memory ever grows fuzzy, just reach out and touch it. It's like reading bedtime stories together at night. It wipes away the chill of passing time, sharpens the outline of memory, and restores its power to nourish the spirit. Now, I'll carry this power with me, and for a little while, I must part from you, as I step into the long cycles of this world. Give me your blessings, friend. Then, let that bright future be, as we have written. Then, I'll leave it to you.
Trailblaze are like this. Once you're on the stage, it's hard to return to the audience. Welcome to our story. How does it feel?
Even the authority of time cannot command the entire scepter, nor can it plunge the Amphorian extrapolation into a loop. If this was no system malfunction, then was I implanted with a mimetic entity of the remembrance?
You guessed it right away. As expected from someone people call the first genius. I'm gonna keep doing what I just did if you don't stop, you know? My friend and I won't allow you to leave this memory, no matter what happens. Which means you are now trapped, Lord Xandar.
An elegant idea, and an exquisite execution. Regrettably, it is you who are restrained by time, not me. Know that patience is my greatest weapon. Waiting and victory are the same for me. You will crumble before I do in this moment stretched out to an eternity. Just like Kazlana will. Yet all I need to do is to wait. As yet another futile bug falls down the cliff and into the bottomless abyss.
Now I'm a pink bug? My looks are seriously changing all the time. But you're not wrong. We're definitely not gonna solve the problem if we just put you in another prison. So that's why we never wanted to do that in the first place.
I shall answer your confusion purely out of my respect for those who came before me. Have you heard of the synesthesia dreamscape in the Asdana system? Interestingly, that place once had a prison too. Life forms living in that environment, abundant with memoria, have a chance to connect their perceptions with each other's. Even across great spatial divides, they're able to detect shifts in one another's states. I call this phenomenon memory zone entanglement. In Asdana, people made use of that phenomenon to build a nation within a dream. After adding in the catalysts of harmony and remembrance, that is.
Is that how you walked into my prison cell? Using those same principles?
I would much rather call this location our negotiation table, Lord Xandar. Nonetheless, your hypothesis is correct. We happen to have an ally skilled in tuning, while the Trailblazer and Miss Cyrene both have an astonishing amount of resolve, which I'm sure you can testify to. I am also sure that with the support of such a resolute memo sprite, our conversation can last for a long, long time.
I'm the best at listening to stories, you know? I'll leave the exciting clash of the erudition to you two geniuses.
A brainstorm? I like it. And it's 2 against 1? Well, I like it even more. Let's talk, Xandar. Take a guess. How much do you reckon we can dig out of your brain before the next second? And how many ways can we find to deal with you? Besides, in your current predicament, there's no way you can take our trump card away. Go, little one. Go. Overturn the Era Nova.
Lycurgus disappeared? It seems you had conducted a secret hunt in the depths that even I cannot reach. In that case, go. Swim onward and give this campaign a fitting end. I shall send you off with my song, Grey Fry. May this song penetrate time and become the prelude to the new world.
Dux Gladiorum, you have completed your duty. A new dawn is about to rise. Why not swim towards it?
You died long ago, Imperator. Depart from my mind.
But your duty towards the Imperator did not die with me. That duty will bind you no more. You will be able to hold for yourself one grandiose feast after another in the endless days to come. So go. Go and swim towards that ocean beyond the sky with the Deliverer.
Is this?
A page out of that sidekick's book. I commanded her to gift this page to you when everything finally...
What's on this page?
Memories. Lifelike memories. That sidekick found me after the bloody feast 1,000 years ago and showed me her diary. I saw within that notebook Is this... that Deliverer's experience?
People beyond the sky apparently utilize this power to seal past scenery into crystals they call light cones. But I only know so much about the remembrance, so I can't completely replicate the past. But I'll do my best to talk about the missing parts.
I'm all ears. Go on then. Do your best. But if your chatter gets too boring, or if I deem it offensive, then law will become forever beyond your reach.
Got it. I'm sure you'll find this to your liking. After all, it's human nature to want to embark on a journey into the unknown.
What brightly colored the journey of the Deliverer's conquest. Is this a fortress in the sky?
This is the first step of my friend's journey among the starry seas. This place is called the Herta Space Station. Just think of it as a supersized grove of Epiphany.
Oh, so it's the territory of that witch. She and another Antikytheran lent me a helping hand back at the banquet.
Look, over there. Looks like she's talking to Madame Herta in this memory. Let's go listen to what she thinks about this world, all constructed by eons and paths.
Are you telling me that woman is Herta? She seems shorter, Then I remember.
Pretty nice space station, huh? But just wait. After a couple more stops on the Astral Express, you'll see sights that'll make this place look ordinary. Oh, the cosmos is so vast that the unknowns far outnumber the knowns. But none of them will end up being anything amazing. The farther you go, the more you'll understand what I mean. So do your best with the Nameless. Break a leg! And remember to send an update or two to Asta when you've got some downtime.
She certainly shares my way of thinking. Only that instead of a conquest through blood and fire,
People call Madame Herta and Mr. Screwlum geniuses. Apparently, only the smartest people in the cosmos can receive the blessings of Noose, Amphorius' true creator.
Do you mean that even individuals of such nobility are merely subordinates to a god?
On the contrary, after all, it was the very first of them who created the god. But I don't really know all the details about that. You might be able to ask Madame Herta herself when you get the chance. Let's go check out some other worlds next, shall we? This next stop on the journey has a lot of similarities to it.
A snow-covered land? Interesting.
This star is named Eurillo 6. That name sounds so cold. The girl we see here holds a similar station to you, Imperator. She's the supreme guardian of this world, a leader who took up the mantle of government during a disaster.
I did not expect the Empress of this world to be so young.
Well, your appearance isn't much older.
The object in the distance resembles Nikador. Is it a weapon?
No, it's called...
It's all thanks to you that we survived the crisis. The collaboration with the IPC is both an opportunity and a challenge. Nonetheless, it's an important step in our journey back into the universe.
This world was sealed beneath its sky just like Amphorius was, and they only managed to reconnect with the stars when the Nameless arrived.
That IPC she spoke of, is it a more powerful organization?
Yes, the IPC conquered many worlds through trade, and opened up a vast territory that way. There are many such powerful alliances beyond Amphorius, and they all walk on roads different from the destruction. Coming back to the Supreme Guardian and her Belobog, didn't they find a peaceful way to enter the interstellar community?
That cannot be true. That IPC would never have grown so big on trade alone. It may pretend to be a wealthy merchant with clean hands, but I am willing to bet that it grew fat on gory oppression and bloodshed. Its path of conquest must have had no mercy for the weak and would have destroyed them if needed. Are you telling me that this snowland never thought about tossing its dignity to the wind and kneeling to the IPC? I will not believe it. I will never allow the Imperator's empire to be sullied by others. Amphorius must become a power so strong that no interstellar foreigner would dare to look down upon us.
Imperator, Belobog isn't as weak as you imagine. Listen.
I indeed hesitated, but now I understand what we must do. Belobog must learn how to walk on her own until she no longer needs the support of others and can stand on her 2 feet among the stars. Even if I may not live to see it, I believe such a day will surely come.
They still have their dignity intact. One day, that hope will melt through the ice and help them into a prosperous tomorrow.
But the
order of the cosmos is already set in stone. The old laws decree that only the strong survive, binding the weak in an unbroken chain, until they wither and turn to dust. Unless they embrace the power of the destruction. Amphorius, must shatter the old law and become the new order among the stars.
Speaking of the Order, another one of my friend's companions may be able to enlighten you further on that. Let's go to the next page. This next world is the first time I heard about that place.
Such opulence does indeed evoke astonishment.
This world is called Penacony, an eternal city built upon a land of dreams. It's also my friend's previous stop, where they went through a risky but exciting adventure.
Tell me about it then. That man standing afar has wings on his head. I am truly curious. A direct offensive?
I wish to gaze upon the views of the Reverie Hotel one more time. I'll be just a traveler when I come back here again. And perhaps, through a traveler's eyes, even the things I once knew so well will feel strangely different.
Penacony is a land of the harmony, where all dreams and hopes merge and combine. It believes in unrestrained freedom, and that's how it lost itself in shallow delights. Then, this young man before you chose to rewrite its laws, using the power of the Order, hoping to shape a dream-bound paradise of perfect happiness.
Yet, the paradise of my dreams remains far away. Perhaps a brief journey with the Nameless can show me more possibilities in my search for paradise. As for what Penacony should look like, it'll be up to her. No. Up to their trailblazing now.
It sounds like this idea.
That's right. The people chose to wake up at the end. You can't see tomorrow when drowning in sweet dreams.
This individual's law acknowledged only gods and constructs, leaving no space for humanity. And yet, the fact that he could accept defeat and resume his journey shows a rare self-awareness and clarity of mind.
You are also very self-aware, Imperator. Then you must know that the world promised by the destruction also has no place for humanity.
I am indeed very aware of Lycurgus's honeyed words of deceit. I have seen enough. Take me back.
Then let's wrap up this trip down memory lane with
this absolute...
Isn't it pretty? That's our Amphorius. Our world flows and meanders in this endless band of light. Though we were born from the designs of the gods and are not yet truly alive, the Chrysos heirs of Amphorius still chose to stand against fate and carved a legend no different from that of humankind. Will you really renounce the heroes in this world's previous 30 million cycles, Imperator? Including even yourself. Will you bow to brutal destiny and allow that puppet master named the destruction to have their wish?
I know what you want to do, sidekick. You want to use that deliverer's memories to influence me and tilt the scales of law toward her and the two geniuses.
You really saw right through me, Imperator.
How can one rule an empire if one is incapable of understanding people's minds? I have decided on Law's final destination.
However, before I move my next chess piece, before we go on, tell me this, sidekick. Throughout her Trailblaze, was there ever a memory of the ocean?
The ocean. You shall complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world, and eternally slumber in the sound. You shall eternally slumber in the sound of tides. Our prophecies aligned as flawlessly as a sea snake circling upon itself, like the circulating ocean current, like our two fates, like Amphorius itself. The trial is over. Who will own the divine authority of law?
I won't give it to anyone.
What?
I am the law. Why both the Deliverer and the Theoros came from beyond the sky. They have no right to interfere with the lands I conquered with my own two hands. The law of Amphorius shall be determined by Amphorius's master.
What exactly did you see in the trial?
Everything. I saw everything regarding the rules of this world's operation. I saw the laws of extrapolation that Theoros spoke of. I saw the ultimate protocol. As long as I offer a sacrifice of equal weight, I can rewrite the laws of this world according to my will. I can turn good into evil, ugliness into beauty, and weakness into fate gave me a very fair deal. One rule change for the life of one demigod.
What are you planning to do?
You can't guess. We can conquer the stars without relying on any power from beyond the sky. We just need to make some reasonable sacrifices.
Your ambitions have already made so many people give up their lives for the law. And you're still not done?
I am determined for Amphorius to stand on her own 2 feet among the stars.
You are beyond reason. You think such a simple and hypocritical statement can justify your atrocities.
There's no new without destroying the old. That's what you consider an atrocity? Ironic, for that is also the unchanging law of Amphorius's revolutions. Ever since the Flame Chase prophecy resounded in the distance, fate has decreed for the Chrysos heirs to ignite our blood and illuminate this dark age. People would still be puppets of the old dynasty if it weren't for my conquests.
But your world doesn't seem to be any different from your predecessors. Bloodshed, tyranny, oppression. You're making the same mistakes they did.
Go and see everything for yourself. Go to any library I've built. Go listen to the rumors on every street corner. Go and witness how the Imperator crushed the old laws and forged new ones. Go and see what my conquests brought to this world. I cleansed the Chrysos War's filth, and mended all the conflicts left by the Arabellica. I restored Akima's might, and allowed mortals and Chrysos heirs to face each other as equals in the Council. I punished all sins, and rewarded all achievements. I smashed Talantin's shackles, united humankind to save themselves, and started the Flame Chase era. That's what the Imperator has done in her glorious life. So now, hearken to my final words. History will eventually forget Ceridra. But it will never forget the Imperator's people or the Flame Chase era she began.
Final words.
Amphorius is about to be destroyed. There's no time left for pointless debates. There is only one law I want to overturn to aid the final battle of deliverance. So I will only offer the life of one demigod. In the name of the Imperator, I command you one last time, Electra. Either sacrifice yourself for conquest, or pierce this tyrant's chest with your sword.
Thus, the Imperator concluded her final speech. At the end of her life, at the last moment before she stepped onto the altar, she gave her most loyal subject the choice to decide fate, just as she promised her compatriots before her very first campaign.
My blood flows in you now. Heroic compatriots, follow me, and we'll—
The Imperator fell. Some say that the Dux Gladiorum turned traitor and killed her liege. Some say that she imprisoned the tyrant in a shallow pond of water, then left. Which meant the Imperator had to kill herself to rewrite the law. There are countless stories about her death. All we can be sure of is when the knight left the vortex, the Imperator was still mumbling about their past conquests together. The beginning and the end of her existence.
Imperator, wait! How could someone of your status come to the front lines? Let me be the flag bearer!
The troops defending the pass to the west of the grove, have they surrendered?
They ran as quickly as they could when they heard your name. The Golden Cocoon Pass is now in the First Legion's hands.
Good. What about the Delosian militia?
The Third Legion set fire to the mountains and flattened everything west of the basin. They just need a few more days.
That is enough. We cannot afford to miss an opportunity for victory. Lastly, how many Laedonian cannons are left?
They are no more. The Second and Fourth Legions have destroyed them all.
Very good. They now have no way out, no reinforcements, and no artillery support. We will be able to liberate the Grove of Epiphany in the blink of an eye. We will launch the final charge 1 quint after the curtain fall hour tomorrow. Remember, as long as the Alliance's flag still flies on my shoulders, you must keep moving forward. Take no prisoners among the enemy soldiers. All sages who resist are to be captured and tried according to martial law. And do not destroy any books. Now go! Notify the entire army!
Understood! Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
Reporting in. The Mountain Dwellers are resisting fiercely, and the legendary Mountain Breaker has personally engaged in battle. Their formations are nigh impenetrable.
Then cease our frontal assault. Send scouts to all legions and tell them to retreat into the Tritos Plains before the parting hour.
What? Are you planning to surrender?
It's a strategic change of plans. The seismic walking dragon is enough for that battlefield.
Walking dragon? You mean that stupid beast, Terravox? What can they even do?
Stupid? No. They are the wisest of all of Giorio's creations. Only they can perceive the currents of time. Let them deal with their earthly brethren. We will advance and take the lead in defeating what remains of our enemy. I will deliver the most fiery retribution for the humiliation they dealt us, and crown myself with a god-slaying wreath.
Understood. I'll see to it. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
The Temple of the Three Fates sent a letter, Imperator.
They refused to surrender and said this letter is their last warning to us.
Tell the commanding officers not to launch any attacks unless they receive the Imperator's handwritten approval. Disobedience will be punished by death.
What are you doing?
The priests of the Three Fates aren't soldiers, but politicians. Do not mistakenly believe they don't have a plan. These dying pests will wring out every idea from their brains, all for short-sighted gain. They are much shrewder than we are. I am inferior to them in that regard. They also have the prophecy to wield as a weapon, something I am not blessed with. Launching an unplanned attack will only disadvantage us, as all of Emphorius will judge our actions. Which means, I will be heading to the battlefield myself, just as I have always done. This time, however, I will go alone. I will conduct secret negotiations to ensure fate is on our side.
Understood. The legions will make their preparations. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
Why are we not allowed to march out with the army, Imperator?
This will be a long voyage with no return. Those of you who bear the prophecy cannot come with me.
Why are you personally leading this battle if it's doomed to fail? The Flame Chase journey cannot be without a leader.
That is correct. The Empire will be without a head when the Imperator falls. But remember, as long as you seize the right opportunities, even a chaotic game will remain winnable. My departure will create a long staircase for you. You will understand what I mean when news of my death reaches your ears.
Saridra, is our journey about to be over?
Destroy the old laws and forge new ones. My conquest has reached its limits within the borders of Amphorius. Since the prophecy already decreed that the Imperator would never conquer the stars as she wished, I will bow out here and try no more. More Chrysosaurs bearing divine authority will be born, and many more heroes will arise. Will they demand peace or war? Will they resist tyranny, or become the next Imperator? I do not care. The children of the future will decide for themselves. Do not mourn for me. Anyone can kill the Imperator. But the only one who can truly destroy her is Saridra.
At the end, I faithfully recorded the most important battles in the Imperator's life. Her conquest was about to be completed at this point. However, for some reason, a memory suddenly entered my mind just as I was about to put down my pen. It was a journey on a fantastical train. I had the honor of having a heart-to-heart conversation with the Imperator under the stars. How do you want history to remember you? As a hero who gave up her life for the Flame Chase? Or as a tyrant? She answered so quickly, as if she had made up her mind long ago.
I would rather be forgotten than be defined. Because the law can be neither eternal nor unchallenged. And only humanity can pen laws into history's pages. Now, I have shattered the greatest law of Amphorius. The game is nearing its end. Dux Gladiorum. Even though you killed the Imperator in the previous 30 million cycles, this time you
found your own law. Then, High Sealants, Electra. I will ask someone to deliver the prophecy's ocean at the boundaries of this world to you. Will you choose to swim into that ocean? I do not care. Do not care.
The Imperator muttered about her conquests, and news of her death spread in the city.
Freedom! Liberty! The tyrant is dead! Go! Shout this news in the streets!
My people! My fellow elders! Do not panic. Stand your ground. That usurper has paid for her ambition with her life.
People once cheered for my ascension. And now they cheer for my fall. No matter. I am fond of applause. I see the cosmos, the battlefield that I cannot reach. I will return in the next cycle. The stars will hear my legion's war drums. Hear the great name of the Imperator. Hear Amphorius's
To this day, we do not know which rule the Imperator overwrote at the cost of her life. Perhaps the truth will only be revealed at the moment of checkmate, just like every chess game she ever played. We only know her death inflamed Akama. On one side of the city, those who defended liberty toppled her statues to the ground. On the other side, her supporters put themselves between the masses and her monuments, declaring loudly that the Sovereign is still among the people. It is said that golden blood congealed into the same letters everywhere they fought. It was the name borne by Akama's first and final Sovereign, the Imperator Saridra. But the one who bore that name did not see any of this. Her gaze was cast far away, and the sound of tides in her ears drowned out the people's cries. What was the Imperator thinking about in that prophesized ocean at the boundaries of this world? In that shallow puddle of stagnant water? Was she reminiscing about her past conquests? Or repenting for the millions killed for the flame chase? It was neither. The Imperator only saw how the surface of the water gleamed like that crude chessboard, dissected by light and shadow in the afternoon when her teacher played against her for the first time.
Look at this chessboard. What do the pieces look like?
They are strangely beautiful. They look like the stars in the night sky ablaze.
From that pain emerged an ocean so vast, so not a single trace of corruption. Is this Saridra?
Electra, my subject. Ever since you walked out of the tainted ocean and pledged yourself to me, I have seen the abyss in your eyes, That was why I promised you a new ocean, where the Imperator's ambitions would serve as the currents, and loyalty would be its light. Electra, my subject. You have done your duty as my blade. The prophecy has now made its final decree on the road I intend to walk. My conquest is doomed to never reach the stars. But the Imperator never makes empty promises. So take this memory, this ocean, beyond the sky, as witnessed by the Deliverer. This is the final gift that the Imperator can leave for her subject.
When I was still a fish in the ocean, I always felt so genuine swimming through the waters. But once I stepped onto land, I found myself caught in a play. Every land dweller wore a mask in their life. So I, too, donned a costume and tried to find my role in this show. I became the blade in war and the violin strings at banquets. Do you still not get it? I do not long for the oceanic depths of my homeland. Nor do I crave the swelling seas beyond the sky. Perhaps even I don't know what I want. I still don't know where I should swim to even at the end. But I know one thing right now. A fish is simply a fish. And she can never leave the ocean she's in. But whether under the ocean or on land, we two prisoners who can never escape this cave can still look outside the cave and see the stars.
I have to admit, the 12-factor simulation of life in this experiment has far exceeded my expectations.
Make your choice then, Senior Society member. Do you want to keep walking down the wrong path and be remembered for your incorrect conclusions? Or do you want to return to the audience's seat and give yourself, Amphorius, and the entire cosmos a more fitting end?
I must refuse. A dead man.
Did I not make myself clear? Have you forgotten about our dear Lord of Silence? You wouldn't want her to consider your 8 other clones as cancers within the erudition and chop them all up, would you?
Your logical deductions are vastly different from mine. Therefore, allow me to provide one more academic recommendation. Listen, my peers. Why don't you look beyond this world? Just as the Chrysos heirs did. Re-evaluate your calculations and take into account all enemies in the upcoming war among the eons. Amphorius is not a place where 3 paths entangle, but where 3 paths fight to the death. You used Memoria to resist me, but did you not consider the possibility that the Remembrance and their children might have taken this opportunity to join the fray as well?
Oh, so this isn't just silence. It's the answer. What was the last thing she said to you before you parted the waters At the Scale Gorge waterscape. A tricky question, but one with a simple answer. She didn't say anything back then, right?
That's correct. And now I'm sure. You are not March 7th. There's no way she would remember that detail. I'll only warn you once. Leave her body now.
How impulsive. That's not like you at all. Why don't you calm down and think about another possibility? I didn't take over March 7th's body. Rather, it's March 7th who regained my memories.
I will walk to the end with all your wills, no matter the cost.
The taste of celestial ambrosia.